of C sharp, you need to do C sharp and come to the sessions. Okay? So C sharp will not be taught in the classroom at all. Last day, I was explaining about some few things to you. What I taught you first, what is internet? What is internet, guys? We discussed like it's a network of it's going to be a network of networks. Various different networks are combined together, and that's what we call as internet. Internet is nothing but a network of networks. Okay, and we just all these are connected to each other. All these networks are connected to each other by using we just call it as a WWW, worldwide server. Remember last day I said, the word web was derived from where? From the spider web. That was derived from the spider web. From there, they just been taken up the word called as spider web only. They just derived that word called as a web actually. Okay, that's what web itself is. And from there, we just been deriving it. And then I said, what is WWW? I explained to you in the last class, like what is WWW? What's it, guys? A web is a network of computers all over the world. Next, all the computers in the web can communicate with each other. All of them can communicate with each other. Next, all the computers use a communication protocol. What do you call it? HTTP or HTTP, yes, any of these two. It can either be HTTP protocol or it can either be a HTTPS protocol also. HTTP or HTTPS protocols here, and using all are connected with each other. That's what we call the WWW. Okay, next, just a second. Okay, next. I just explained you this also to you. What's it? How does they say web information is stored in files called web pages? What's a web page, guys? If I just open a browser, typing a www.facebook.com, you've got a page here. You've got a page in which you can enter your credentials. This is called as a web page. This is what we call as a web page. This is what a web page means. Clear? And what do you call collection of web pages as? What do you call collection of web pages as? Website. A collection of web pages is called as a website. We also call it a website or a web application. A collection of web pages is called as a website or a web application. Okay, that is the second thing what I said you. Third point. Where this website or web application are stored? Where do you store a website or a web application? Where they are stored? On a server. What server? Web server. All these applications, all these pages of the website or the web application will be stored on a web server. We are going to store them on a web server. We'll store all these things on a web server. Okay? So, yeah. There are things like said here. What's it? Web information is stored on files called web pages. Next, web pages or files are stored on computers called web pages or files are stored on the computers called web servers. Next, devices reading the web pages are called our devices here, our computer or a tablet or a mobile phone or a smart TV. All of these are called as what? Clients. We call them as web clients. Okay. Next. How can a web client move information? Web browser. Web client requires a web browser. You want to access a web page. What I open now? I open a browser, and the browser was typing www dot, and I just got access to this. So what I require is a browser. Okay, next. And nothing there is some popular browsers what we regularly use in the market. What is it? Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, okay, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, all these others. And right now, the most popular browsers that are used in the industry are, one is the Edge browser, and the second one is a Chrome browser. Chrome browser. So generally, Edge has more compatibility for our .NET applications compared to the Chrome. Compared to the Chrome, Edge is going to have more compatibility for our .NET applications because all these are Microsoft products. Is that clear? Okay. So that's what earlier Internet Explorer and Google Chrome came now and completely conquered the Internet Explorer market. Right now, again, Microsoft is back with its Edge browser, which is going to be much more faster compared with the Chrome browser. Compared to the Chrome browser, Edge is faster. Okay, so these are the two popular browsers what we just use. One is the Edge and the second one is the Chrome browser. Okay, fine. Next. Yeah. Remember this picture? Is a web server. What do you have? A website or a web application contains web pages. Is a web client. A web client means our machine. It has a web browser, and the web browser you're just going to hit the address www.facebook.com or something, whatever it is. A request goes, response comes. HTTP request, HTTP response. We want to set you. Just understand the terminology. Be clear with the terminology, guys. This terminology is very, very important. Web browser, web client, web server, website or web application, web page, HTTP request, HTTP response. What is this? www.facebook.com. What is that? I want to tell you, you are all the address. It's either called as the address or URL of the page. You call it the address or the URL of the page. Okay, next step. I think I stopped it here for you last day. Here. Yeah. You got. I want to get the browser fetch a web page. How does the browser fetch a web page? A browser fetches a page from a web server by a request. And the request is a standard containing the page address. You can write as an address or you call it as a URL, whatever it is. Next. An address or URL may look like this. An address or URL may look like this. How it looks, see? You know this now. You write this. So basically, it has a 4 parts in it. The very first one. It's breaking now. Sorry, guys. Just a minute. Guys, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. ఇక్కడ అదే పిల్లలకు బ్రహ్మాండంగా పనిచేసే కదా అన్ని క్లాసులో వాళ్ళకి రావట్లేదండి Check out all of you. Check out all of you now. Okay now? Okay. understand you. Yeah. See, all these things I just said you, like how does the WWL work, we discussed in the last class, and here we stopped it in the last class. How does a browser fetch a web page? How does a browser fetch a web page? How does a browser fetch a web page? A browser fetches a page from a web server by a request, and this request is a standard HTTP request containing a page address. What it contains is a page address, and we call this as a URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. Okay? And an address on a URL may look like this. This is the address of the URL. So basically, guys, you type only this one here. When you open a browser, what you type? www.google.com. That's it now? Come on here, respond. You simply type www.google.com. More than that, we don't type anything. Correct? But guys, when you type www.google.com, haven't you noticed automatically after the page is loaded, if you select it, it will show you HTTPS in the address bar. You never type it. What you type is only, I'm typing www.facebook.com. That's it. But now, if you just watch now, what is that protocol? That is called as a protocol. A protocol is a set of rules that has to be followed for the communication. A set of rules that has to be followed for the communication. That is what? HTTP for non-secured applications, HTTPS for secured application. Today, Google, Facebook, banking website, all of them are running on HTTPS protocol only, secured. That is going to be a secured protocol what we have. And what is AT? I explained about this AT, remember last class? What's it? On one computer, you can install more than one server. On one computer, you can install more than one server. This is my computer, guys. On my computer, right now, 3 servers are running. What are the 3 servers? SQL server is running. Oracle is running. IIS web server is running. So how many servers are running totally? 3 servers. But for another system in a network, can it connect to my machine and access data from Oracle? Another system in the network, can it connect to my machine and access the data from Oracle? I'm talking with you only. Open the notes. Can they access the data from Oracle or not? Yes, if I'm in a network, another system in the network can connect to my computer and access the data from Oracle or SQL server, or it can access a web page from IIS. It can access a web page from a web server. If possible, they can connect to my system and they can access the data. But remember, when a remote computer is connecting to my system, basically, one thing you understand, when you're connecting to a computer, I never say, I want access to Oracle or I want access to SQL Server. We connect it to machine. Suppose my machine name is NIT20. My machine name is NIT20. You will be connecting to the machine called NIT20. You reach here. But how many servers are running here? Louder. 3 servers. Which server you want to access now? Oracle, SQL Server. Which server? Confusion now? Further confusion, what you have? Ports. What you will be having is a port. You will be having a port. A server will have port. It is nothing but say, you will be a bank. A bank has counters. Counter number 1, counter number 2, counter number 3. These are ports now. Counter number 1, deposits. Counter number 2, withdrawals. Counter number 3, checks. Like this, you have separate counters. All these are part of your bank only. Correct or not? So same way my machine has different logical counters now. What we call them? Ports. How many ports a machine will have? 65,935 ports. And ranging from 0 to 65,535. Addresses are numerics. Starts from 0 to 65,535. Now in this, every server should run on one port. Universally, Oracle runs on port number 1521. If you want, that's universal here. It's not decided by me or you. Simply you see, I'm searching here. Port number of Oracle. Port number of Oracle database. Can you see that? That is universal port. It runs on port number 1521. Port number of (1433). Are you clear? And web servers will run on port number 80. Web servers will be running on the port number 80. Okay? Last day, Sony one command, do you remember? Open your command window and type here a command called netstat -a. It will show you all the ports that are in usage now on your machine. See, port number 80, what is running? My web server is running actually. Port number 1521, what is running? SQL server is running. Port number SQL server did not start, I think. 1433 is not shown here now. 1433 is not shown in the list. Maybe SQL server did not start. Just a minute. Let me verify. Services. SQL server did not start. I'm starting it. Wait. Can you see that SQL server is not started? You see SQL server software and it is not started. It's not showing. If it is started, it will show you as running. Not started. Okay? I'm starting it. So finally here you should see running now. If running comes there, yeah. Got it, huh? Running. Are you clear? So that's running. Okay, fine. Now come back again and watch. Netstat -a. Still not started in the background. Just a second. Yeah. Can you see now? Earlier we did not see that now. Earlier we got 1521, but we did not see. But now we use the 143. Means you understood now every server is running on one port. Every server runs on one port. You visited 8 ports. When you visited 8 ports, have you noticed that? Basically, airlines, Indian government does not maintain any flights. All flights are operated by private operators only. What the government operates is only the airport. What the government operates is only airport, but not airplanes. Airplanes are run by whom? Government, by the private companies. The airport is leased tender. Have you noticed it when you go here? For every airlines, you'll find separate counters there. You'll find separate counters. Suppose Indigo has separate counters. Air India has separate counters. Everyone will be having separate counters there now. So now you just want to travel in Indigo, you require to go to Indigo counters. Everyone has separate counters. So same way, every server will run on separate ports here. Is it clear? Web servers will run on which port? Web servers will run on which port? 80. 80 is the port number. Okay? And that is the port number what I said you here. What is the port number? 80. And see, when you type google.com, by default one page will come to you now? Yes or not? The page that is loaded for you by default is default page. In a website, if there is a page with the name called default, in a website, if there is a page name called default, I don't require to call it. That is loaded by default. That is loaded for you by default. That is why, even though you don't enter all these things, what you really enter, that's all. Remaining 3 will be coming automatically there. What will come? Protocol will come. Port number and default page. All these are automatically taken. What is the first one? Protocol. What is the second one? Domain name. Third one? Fourth one? First page. What are you requesting now? Are you clear? So this is what we call as a URL. So you are sending a request to your URL and now you are going to get the response back from the server. You're going to send a request in the form of a URL, and then you will be getting the response back from the server. That's how the web executes to you. I remember I shown you this picture also to you. This is a machine, 3 servers running. This is another machine sending a request to Oracle. How to send? NIT20 is my machine name. :1521 is to Oracle. We don't say, I want to send a request to Oracle. I will say port number. When I say port number 1521, where it goes? Oracle. Are you clearer or not? You want to deposit money into the bank. You go to the counter or you ask for the person. I want to deposit. Where is Mr. So-and-so person? You ask. No, I want to deposit. Which counter should I go? Clearer? Any person can be present there. Person is not important for us. Very important counter number. Here also, what's important? Port number. Port number is important. Okay? Understood? Okay? This is where I stopped in the last session. Okay. Fine. Next. How does browser display a web page? All of you, listen. How does a browser display web page? How does the browser display web page? All web pages contain instructions for display. And the browser displays the page for reading those instructions. All of you learned HTML now? Understand it? That is only here. See, basically, you learned in HTML. You create an HTML page. You write some HTML code, correct? But is that HTML code visible for you on the screen? Huh? Tell me, what is visible on the screen? The output is visible to you on the screen. You say input the type is equals to text, and it shows you a text box. Input the type is equals to submit, shows you a button. Correct? That's what. You write the text code, but what is finally visible to you? The output. See, all web pages contain instructions for display, and the browser displays the page by reading those instructions. The most common display instructions are called HTML. See, basically all of us, we are seeing a page here. I'm just going to write facebook.com. This is a page what we see. But is it what the server sending me? No, this is not what the server sending me. What is the server sending me? If I want to see what my server is sending, right click, view page source. When I say view page source, it will show you what exactly the server is sending. This is what the server is sending you guys. This is what the server is sending you. But this information is visible to you in which format? Some text boxes, buttons and all. If I show you like this, can you understand anything? You cannot. Who reads it? Browser. Browser reads it, and browser will show you in a particular design format, a table, text boxes and all the things. Are you clear? Why like this, sir? Why like this? Why this? Why all this particular thing? Why we are going to get information in text and all of you? Do you understand in HTML classes or not? I don't know, but understand. Web applications are accessible from where? Web applications are accessible from where? Web applications are accessible from anywhere in the world. Yes or not? All the people are using the same operating system. Huh? Tell me, louder. All the people are using the same browser? All the people are using the same device? No. No, no? So I may use a different operating system, different browsers, different devices. Here comes a problem now. What problem? Platform dependency. What's it? An application designed for one operating system may not run on other operating systems. You learned in your C# starting classes, remember. But web applications doesn't face that problem. Anywhere they open, anywhere they run. I can open on a TV, I can open on a mobile phone, I can open on a tablet, I can open on a desktop. Anywhere I can open this. But everywhere you get the correct output. You know the reason? The reason is because speed also. You need to count the speed also. Everyone doesn't use the same OS, the same device, and all are not having the same internet speed. Okay, to overcome all this problem, W3C, you know W3C? World Wide Web Consortium, that will be defining the rules and regulations that has to be followed in the internet. The rules and regulations to be followed in internet are controlled by W3C, just like we have World Health Organization, we have World Wide Web Consortium, W3C. They defines all the rules. W3C has decided a standard format for transmitting the data to and fro from browser to server, server to browser. What is the format, you know? Text format. The format is text format. Reason is text format has three advantages. One, text files are platform dependent. Text is text anywhere. You open on Windows, you open on Linux, you will open on Mac. Text is text only. Text won't change. Understood? Text is platform independent. Second, text documents are faster in transportation. Third, text documents occupy the least space in the memory. Because of these three advantages. The World Wide Web has decided to use text as a default format for transporting the data to and fro in the applications. Are you clear? That is why we use text. But unfortunately, what is the problem with the text, you know? You all might be faced your problem. But you created your resume by using MS Word, right? Your machine may be having some operating system, some version of an MS Word. Tomorrow you open the same thing on another computer, have a different operating system, or it is just going to be a different version of MS Word. Haven't you noticed the alignments getting changed up? Tell me. Formats will change up, like text won't change, but what will change? Formats will change up. The alignments and all, some fonts may be supported on my system, may not be supported on other system. We will not be showing outputs correctly now. But data will change, yeah. Tell me, will the data change? Data doesn't change. What will change? Fonts, formats, these things. There is a problem with text. To overcome this problem, they given us a language called HTML and said, use this language. This language will take the responsibility of displaying the content as it is on the client computer. Who are responsible for formatting the data? HTML. Do you know? We call HTML as a formatting language. Are you clear? HTML is a formatting language responsible for formatting the output that has to be displayed on the browser. What output has to be displayed on the browser? The HTML will do all the formatting for you and displays the output to you on the browser for you exactly. That's what exactly the role of HTML is. Is it clear? So, that is the reason why any view you take throughout the world, throughout the technology, anywhere you take, server will send the information to browser in text format only. And you can always see that by right click and say view page source, you will see the complete text code. Got it? This is read by the browser. Browser has a software in it. HTML parser. What is it? This HTML parser will read the HTML and shows you the output like this now. Okay, now, yes or not? I cannot see any enthusiasm or anything on your face. Lazy faces. I'm getting sleep looking at your face. Be active here. Are you here? Okay, so this is what the text browser server is sending, and this is what the browser is showing. Clear? Okay, so that's what. So what information is always stored in which format? Text. Okay, and what the page contains? Instructions that display. Clear? And what will the browser do? Displays the page by reading those instructions. And the very most common display instructions are called as what? HTML. HTML is the very most common display instructions what we just have. Is it clear, all of you? Okay, so this is how you're just going to work with the HTML. The display instructions are called as HTML basically. Okay, fine. What next? What is a web server? What is a web server? What? The collection of web pages is called as a website or web application. We call it website or web. Where do you put a website or web application? A website or web application is put on a web server. It is put on a web server. See, to let others view your web pages, you must publish your site. You developed a product here. You developed some product. You are an engineering student. You developed some project, a product, something, some solar panel, something. You developed it. Okay. After developing it, if you sell it in the market, then only people come to know. You developed it, put it on your home. No one knows about it now. Correct? Exactly. You developed a website. After developing, I developed a website sitting on my system. After developing a website, it is on my computer. How will the people come to know about it? If you catch my point or not? If I put it on my computer, how will the people come to know about it? No one will come to know about it now. What should I do? I need to see my product should be brought into the market. It should be brought into the market. Go to the people and tell, this is what I designed. So you can start selling your product now. Right? Exactly. You develop the web application, think on your mission, no use. What to do? That application should be published. You need to publish that particular thing. See, to let others view your pages, you must publish your website. Okay? See, something like, we have great scientists like Einstein and all. They just found something. After finding something, they published it in the form of a book here. Because they published it in the form of a book, only the other people came to know about it here. Right, And Einstein found something but did not tell it to anyone. What did they use now? No one knows about it. That should be published. So exactly, the website should be published. Here, where to publish? Read. Publish your site. You must copy it to a web server. See, in C#, you don't know anything, did not respond, misfile. But in ASP.NET, internet from morning to evening, all of you are internet only. How the pages are working, you should be responding fast. You know everything. You know all these particular points. You following the point here? So where it should be published? On a web server. It should be published on a web server. Okay? And next, read the next point. Your own PC can act as a web server if it is connected to a network. But most common practice is to use a hosting internet service provider, ISP, hosting internet service provider. What is that? I think here, what you're telling is, you can make your machine as a server. Possible. But most common practice what we have in the industry is, we go for hosting on a ISP like GoDaddy. GoDaddy na Azure, AWS. All these are the same thing only. You can host on a public server. They provide you some public servers. You can host your website on a public servers. Why to go for public server? Why can't I make my machine as a server now? Can't I use my machine as a server? You can. You can use your own machine as a server here, possible. But we don't do that. Maintaining a server is a very costly effort. We need firewalls, antivirus softwares, some powerful hardware, expensive, very, very expensive. But if you go for hosting on a third party, that is easy. If you're going to host on a third party server, that is going to be easy. Okay? Like big companies you take, Amazon is there. Amazon has its own server. Amazon doesn't go to third party. Flipkart has its own server. Facebook has its own server. They will maintain their own servers. Okay? But small companies are there. Knowledge IT is there. Knowledge IT doesn't have its own server. Knowledge IT will host it on a public server. Because maintaining a server is going to be expensive. They don't go. But what is it telling you? You can publish your site. See, your own PC can act as a web server if it is connected to a network. But the most common practice is to use a hosting internet service provider.